The Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal Bigfooty rules still apply. So this is the Flogcast for the last time in 2014. Fyfie joined by Dan.
Two mobile phones meet and fall in love. They get married. The ceremony isn't all that good, but the reception was excellent.
The fuck?
That is horrible.
I liked it.
Bender.
G'day, how you going?
Penal.
Did you hear that the police have a warrant out on a midget psychic who's ripping people off? It reads, small, medium, at large.
What happened to the high there?
And teach.
Hey there.
Alright, so yeah, obviously it's been a while since we've been on, if no one can tell by now. A lot of things have happened. We'll start with the most obvious, which was the drafts, the national draft and the rookie draft, pre-season draft, all of that, which, you know, the stuff that everyone goos over, and you can't really lose at the draft, can you? Everybody wins, don't they?
Well, Melbourne wins the grand final in every draft they go in.
Well, yes, until they try and develop them.
Yeah, then they're...
Yeah, like, Melbourne might win the draft, but the players drafted by them lose the draft.
Oh, absolutely.
The draft lottery.
Well, there was one player that won the draft, and what was the number one pick? Was it McCartan?
Yep.
McCartan won the draft, not getting picked up by Melbourne like everyone thought. He managed to get to St Kilda. I know they're not exactly...
He impressed them enough. Like, yeah, he might end up a crummy individual.
Yeah.
Isn't he a diabetic, though? And he takes his blood sugar tests 20 times a game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
bloody hell.
yeah.
Hey, will the AFL still cap St Kilda, or will they give him sort of leeway with that?
That'll have to be something they work through, but you couldn't imagine they wouldn't let him come off the ground if he's got to check his fucking blood sugar. Like, that's like against OH&S.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do we think anyone lost the draft? Because I think there's one obvious candidate for someone who lost the draft.
Yeah.
Easily. They used their first pick on a 20-something-year-old.
And he doesn't rate their players or their coach.
Yeah, I saw that tweet too.
Oh, yeah, he said sack the coach or sack the players, didn't he?
It could only be Carlton, couldn't it?
In the day and age where they do a massive amount of research on like Twitter and Facebook accounts, would they just look at that and laugh and think, oh, you know, this might be a good talking point to pick him up?
Well, he did delete it, so then maybe they didn't see it, but someone did. I think maybe the AFL website may have.
Like, that's the thing. Even AFL.com reported on it. It's unbelievable. They recruited a guy who paid them out on Twitter, and that was fine.
The worst thing is that, like, even though Essendon with, like, the next pick recruited a guy who was rated by some as top 5, and then St Kilda was able to pick up Goddard, who slipped to 21.
Yeah, another Goddard.
Lockie Weller, I think, was available. Or maybe he just went before Carlton's pick. But Carlton supporters were still talking up that pick of Blaine, whatever the fuck his name was, as being like the greatest pick, as if he's going to deliver, 300 games and 2 premierships to that club. So they're talking about him as if he's just a genuine superstar, despite sort of the fact that they should have lower expectations because of the fact that he's like a mature ager.
I can't remember, apart from Isaac Smith, I reckon, the last time a mature age player got drafted in the first round.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what happened at Geelong because what did we do? We ended up drafting a bird that's got a phone, not Nokia cockatoo.
Oh.
I mean, What are we doing?
You should have gone with the intro with that joke.
And geez, didn't the Hawthorn supporters just jump on that one straight away?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course they do. I mean, they're sitting on top of the mountain and their rivals are wallowing a little bit below, and so they're just putting the boots in and just kicking our heads in. So, but what do you expect?
Back to Carlton and funny names. What about Viojo Rainbow?
That's got to be the best name in the AFL.
Oh, what was going on with that?
How awesome is that?
Like,
Why isn't he at Hawthorn?
It's a bit gay.
Oh.
He should have been their targeted player.
He was gone before our first pick, I think.
Maybe Carlton can see that Hawthorn have raked in on this massive market.
You don't find piss and poo at the end of the rainbow, Bender.
Carlton are just trying to cash in and copy Hawthorn, so they're going for the rainbow crowd.
Yeah. The other thing is that obviously Bay 13's hero. Look, Collingwood are hoarding Bay 13 heroes here, and it's getting a bit annoying because first they had Searsman, which admittedly that happened after he was drafted. But we go into the draft and it was pretty obvious DeGooey was going to be the new Bay 13 hero. And can Collingwood just share it around a little bit? It's, how's Paddle supposed to love these Bay 13 heroes?
For the scum, according to Paddles.
Collingwood.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just another
scum.
example of fucking rigged the draft is, compromised, and we should just abolish it entirely.
Well, according to the way you fucking carry on, DeGooey should have gone to Hawthorn.
Hawthorn have more than enough to, though, admittedly.
Yeah, well, if we give him a little more, maybe we can drown it.
So that was unexpected. But yeah, anything else we want to add? Like, anyone's draft catch the eye, like, apart from, I guess, our own clubs?
North drafted some defender called Durden with their first pick. I couldn't tell you anything more about the other two guys we got.
It's not in no relation to you, is it, Tyler?
Yeah, he's my nephew, and he's a pretty sharp operator, and I'll tell you what, look out, because he's going to be packing shit.
Even more reason to be on the bandwagon, eh?
Yeah. I mean, you'll need to watch him on the cameras on the field, because he's going to give a quick shiv to another...
What is it with you and shit?
He's over-kicking people in the head now. He's about stabbing them.
Yeah, well, it's just a family trait, So you got to be thankful, Dan. I mean, we're going to take people down, and North Melbourne can win more games.
I noticed that, Hawthorn were the only club to actually draft a ruckman with any pick in the national draft. Obviously, a few more got picked up in the rookie draft. Is that just testament to looking at West Coast and seeing how that... No, he's more a forward, second ruckman, sort of like David Hale, not really a first recognised ruck. But have clubs looked at West Coast and what they did with Natanui, taking him at pick 2, massive gamble, which hasn't paid off because he's been a spectacular failure, and they said, we just don't want to pick up ruckman anymore.
I think you're at a stretch there. a very long stretch.
Yeah, come on. He's not fucking Steggles, who went nowhere, or McAvoy, who can't get off the ground.
I'd take any of the 4 ruckmen on Hawthorn's list, including the guy we just drafted, over that palm tree.
You fucking douchebag.
You're
so far off the mark.
How long, Dan, until Brayshaw comes to North? What are they saying on the North board? Is he coming?
They haven't started that shit yet, have they?
They haven't? I don't know. I'm asking.
We did that shit with Swallow, and it never eventuated. And
He'll get there. Swallow will get there. We all know it.
if it hasn't happened yet, it will. What they'll do is they'll just change the title of the Swallow to Northern, and they'll just put Brayshaw in it and just carry on with that.
Is he a legitimate relative?
He's nephew, legitimate nephew, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Mark Brayshaw played 60 odd games for North, so we got screwed over with that, and with Josh Kelly the year before, Dad played 40 something games for North Melbourne.
40 games. Where do you want the mind to be?
He once came to a player open day at the ground, so he should get father son there. We have to get 150 waffle games, I think, to get him to play for the Eagles or Freo.
Yeah, but you guys have been around long enough that it's almost at that point where you're getting the genuine West Coast.
It's just starting now. Yeah, we got our second one in the draft this year, and then we've got the first Matera son, one of Peter's sons next year, and Mitch, I think, the year after. I don't think they're top end players yet, anyway.
Not even Matera?
I think he's a bit in between. He's not very tall.
He's not first round material.
No, I don't think at all. Penal, I think if we pick him up, it'll be one of those picks that are more just like it'll be like a final round one, because I think most people will pass on him.
Where the other clubs basically let you take them, no one...
Exactly what we got this year, basically.
You better keep Mitch's son away from the buffet cart.
Oh, you're one to talk. We haven't started on
that is actually the thing on father sons. Like, if you read about the debate about it on the main board and how the Swans are kicking up a stink over the academies and how father sons get grouped with that, it's clubs like West Coast, Fremantle and Adelaide that are spewing the most on all the changes, because they're only just starting to get them on the same playing field as everyone else.
Yeah, I thought it was 100 games.
So they don't want the rule changing before they can take advantage, and nor should they, because they waited 25 years with the 150 games in the waffle. I think the Sandful has 300. Like Bryce Gibbs, they were filthy on that. The Crows.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, but they didn't miss out on much, did they?
No, not really. Like, they've got enough pretty boys at Adelaide, don't they? Anything else on the national draft? I'm looking through some of the lists. Like, as far as Richmond went, I don't know much about how we went. Like, we picked up mostly midfielders, one tall, which we needed.
Actually, I've got a fair one.
Be 300 plus players, Fyfie.
Sorry?
I'm just summarizing up what all team boards are like with their draftees. They're all sliders and...
Oh, yeah. We drafted a guy who looks like he's got the same build as Rob Murphy when he started.
So he looks like your ugly auntie.
No, he's 190 centimetres and less than 70 kilos.
Tony Knott, by the sounds of it. Yeah, Eagles picked up the grandson of one of the few St Kilda premiership players still alive. I don't know if you've seen this kid. His name's Lamb, and I think he's been kicked out of 3 high schools. So,
well, he'll fit right in at West Coast.
Exactly.
Daniel Kerr will teach him how to light fires.
He'll be headbutting taxi drivers before you know it.
But they reckon he can play, though, if you can actually sort him out.
Well, that's the word, yeah.
Bulldogs drafted another Cordy.
Well, the last one worked so well for them, I can't see this one going.
Steal of the draft.
There's another Jay Watts at Brisbane. This one might get more than 3 votes.
Well, he didn't go number 1,
no,
so he's not going to get the scrutiny.
I'd go as far as saying this one might be better than the other Watts.
Already, yeah.
Already
better.
Yep.
Doggies drafted probably the smallest player since Libba.
Oh, yeah, who was that?
Really?
Caleb Daniel, 167 centimetres.
What did he do in his pre-draft video? Did he go, we represent the lollipop kids, the lollipop kids, the lollipop kids?
What the fuck?
Fucking Wizard of Oz.
The Munchkins from Wizard of Oz.
We represent the lollipop here.
The dwarf, is he any good?
Apparently he's a gun, but he's 167 centimetres, so that doesn't get you very far. Slips in the draft. Hawks passed on son of a former premiership player, Penal, family club.
I think...
Did they now?
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Harry Deer, son of Paul Deer. Ruckman, tall forward. You could have drafted him as your
Josh Kennedy about it.
Yeah, I was going to say Josh Kennedy all over again.
Yeah, Paul Deer was a great player.
The family club, only pretending.
Yeah.
Well, Hawthorn internally, they rated him as a rookie player, so they wanted to pick him up in the rookie draft, but obviously Adelaide kind of rated him higher, and so they pounced in the national draft. Actually, with a pick we traded to them as part of the Genie deal.
Do they use all their draft picks on porn producers and crackheads, and they couldn't pick up the ruckman, or what?
He's got nothing.
I'm just like... Because Adelaide obviously have had so many holes in their list for tall forwards and ruckmen since obviously Tippett and Gunson deserted that sinking ship. So they probably needed him a little more than we did, and so they sort of picked him up on a needs basis.
But yeah, other than that, I can't think of a whole lot. Geelong brought in a fair bit of youth.
Are we concerned?
Cockatoo.
Well, we don't know yet. The Hawthorn supporters definitely concerned about
that
Cockatoo.
Guy could be a jet, but it's a risk taking him at pick. Was it 10?
Yeah,
I saw his grand final.
If he takes off, they could be laughing.
Yeah, well, they did swooped on him before the Eagles could pick him up.
They gave him number 5, so that it's almost like
you gave Travis Barco number 5.
Barco left, but I saw his highlights tape. Like someone put it up on the page and said, "Oh, look, have a look at the highlights tape." And I thought, yeah, that's basic football: handball, kicking, marking, and running. Yes, that seems to be what a footballer does.
He got picked off basically one game. He dominated that All-Stars game that was curtain raiser of the grand final.
He dominated in the combine as well.
Yeah, when the last player to lift their draft stock on the back of basically one game that everyone saw was still side bottom, so that's kind of, he
was rated highly before this last year. It's only because he had an injured foot. He didn't play much for the year, so he was rated like he was travelling with the academy a fair bit even before the injury. So I think he was still rated pretty highly. He was just out for a long time, so no one knew him.
So it sort of sounds like he spent a lot of time in the injury room receiving treatment.
You're a galah, Penal.
And that's putting it mildly. We could say that you're a fucking idiot.
What bird is that?
Let's move on to the pre-season draft, and well, there were a few pickups in that. But we'll start with West Coast taking.
Oh man, I thought we were moving on from the draft and you'd forgotten about it, and I was like stoked. No one's talking about it.
No, we're talking about it.
Oh, what a shame. This is a bit of a list clogger right there, but yeah, I think I think you have to take at least one rookie pick, don't you?
I think the Giants didn't take any.
Damn, there goes that. That was my defence.
Maybe he's just there to pump up the confidence of the West Coast players.
He'd be a real fast water boy. Maybe you can just sprint out the bottles like real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
It's a very strange choice.
And
I think the Eagles were keen on him, like when in his draft year, but obviously then he's.
Yeah, but now Carlton have got to him.
Designated
Kind of
driver.
damaged goods.
Oh, it could work.
Carlton went and got King Tuck, didn't they, from the Bulldogs?
Yeah, Carlton, another one of Moffra's bottom 50. He went in the pre-season draft, so he's not even rookie listed. They stuck with him for 2 years, I think.
He's fucking
whereas
shit.
the rookies can go
I mean,
after one.
Carlton, another reason to laugh at Carlton.
And the highest rated or the lowest rated in Moffra's bottom 50 that found a new club was Sean McKernan ending up at Essendon.
They're desperate.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him play. He's missing something.
He's missing a fucking brain. Like,
Look, he can't impact games. I mean, I can't understand how he's the brother of Corey McKernan, but he doesn't play anything like it.
I think he's a half-brother, isn't he? I think that explains it.
Is he?
Isn't he a half-brother? Or is that Everett? One of those who has a brother that's way younger, I think, is a half-brother.
Right. And then you've got St Kilda took back Ahmed Saad after he had what was it, 50 Pepsi Maxes and got busted, and so they brought him back.
He had a dodgy supplement, but he didn't have anyone cooking the books for him. He got caught. But yeah, he served his time. So be it. 18 months. That's nearly the entire maximum suspension.
Yeah, and he didn't really take anything that serious either.
he didn't even. No. Yeah, poor guy will probably get more than what the fucking Essendon players get, and that's
Mate,
wrong.
the honest mistake of not reading the labelling on the packaging.
Yeah, you got to watch out when you buy those Pepsi Maxes in a slab.
Pepsi Max.
With you with Pepsi Max. And Port Adelaide took Nathan Cracker back. Like, I had no idea that guy was still playing in any reputable competition.
No, me neither.
I thought he just dropped right off the face of the AFL landscape.
He was one of their big signings, wasn't he? Like one of their mature signings or whatever.
They paid him a lot of money. He played, I think, 3 blinding games in a row, and then decided he didn't want to play football anymore.
Having another crack.
Yeah. This is the bad puns episode.
This is the bad.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, too funny, Dan.
And Geelong, to supplement their key position stocks, took a Norf reject in Cam Delaney. What can you tell Teach about him?
More concerning youth. Just piling it on.
Did we take Cam Delaney today?
Yes, you did.
You did, as a rookie.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, it's bad enough that Mitch Clark looks like a fat cunt. You know? I saw that photo of him and I thought, the fuck have you been up to?
Mitch Clark adopted the Melbourne fat diet before he left.
He's been, I'll tell you what he's done. He's gone on holiday up to Northern Territory. He's been spearing turtle and barbecuing it and eating it like 24/7.
No, they just told him, we want you to be like Hawkins. So he's doing everything he can to be like Hawkins.
Hawkins is not fat. Hawkins is a massive unit.
Come on.
The difference is
massive unit.
Hawkins retains the weight in his breasts. It doesn't go straight to his gut like it does, Clark, So his center of gravity is a lot different.
Which I think is a lot easier probably for Clark to mark the football, get stuck there,
But that photo of him with his Geelong top on and his guts hanging out over the front, I thought, oh, you fat cunt, what have you been up to? He's gonna be wearing a Geelong jumper in the VFL next year, and on the back it's got to have backfire.
I thought you were going to say he's going to be wearing a bra like Hawkins did.
Oh.
But yeah, no, you took Delaney to go with your concerning youth. Not too many others. Quite a few clubs re-rookied players there to listed. Not many like Tony Armstrong, Brett Goods.
Oh, you bought Nahas back, did you?
You
didn't learn. You didn't learn.
Well, to be honest, he actually was probably a little bit stiff to get delisted in the first, but he actually was serviceable this year, I thought.
Oh, no, he's shit.
No, he was serviceable.
That's why we got rid of him.
He was good against Richmond.
Yeah, well...
Oh, that's one game, I guess.
He actually bothered to turn up.
Where did you say Reigns got picked up again?
Yeah, he's at the Suns.
I reckon the only reason the Suns did that is because Reigns was actually a half decent tagger and he had a pretty good record against Ablett. The only reason they picked him up was so that he didn't have to play on Ablett in the fucking Queensland Derby, whatever the fuck it's called.
Is this like the Gibson recruitment kind of strategy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And the other thing is Hawthorn picked up a bunch of rookies who no one knows anything about, but it didn't stop the Hawthorn posters trying to spill some goo today.
Hey, we picked up the brother of Will Langford, so if Lachlan Langford's anything like Will was, then he'll be the next star of the competition.
Well, Shep starts a fucking thread about how some guy's going to be the next buddy. He's a full 10 centimetres shorter than him. I don't understand the comparison.
Why does anyone listen to Shep? For fuck's sake?
Shep is the GOAT poster of Bay 13.
Oh,
He's the
shut
goo
up,
poster.
idiot.
No, he's a fucking idiot.
He is. Yes, you're right, Dan.
Let's move on from the draft. We'll try not get bogged down in this, but a lot's happened with Essendon since we were last on.
What's going to happen to these guys? I'm hearing Charters isn't going to say shit and the players are going to get off.
Who actually knows at this moment? Because it sounds like not a single person is believable in the statement they made to Asada or the statement they're going to make now. They're all just inconsistent. Dank's put his hand up, and who fucking cares what Dank has to say? The guy could have cleared him 18 months ago if he really gave a shit, and he could.
It's not actually a court hearing. It's an AFL tribunal hearing.
I think it's just going to come down to what written documentation and evidence Asada have. If they have any documents that might be incriminating, if they have the Herd text messages that they supposedly have that are highly incriminating, they'll get suspended. If they don't, I think they'll probably somehow walk the same way O.J. Simpson did.
Yeah, you're right. If they try to pin it on testimony by either Dank or Charters, it'll all fall apart because they won't testify.
On the flip side of that, I don't think Essendon can get off on the testimony of Dank either if he testifies like he's promised. Who's really interested in what this guy's got to say?
How can you believe him?
He's not credible, and at the moment Charters doesn't appear to be either. So it's just kind of, what do they have that they can get them with?
They've just got to go with the written evidence, and if that doesn't hold up, they're fucked, and it will collapse.
They're all just a bunch of self-serving cunts. And I think whatever happens with the Essendon saga, everyone knows that Essendon's
everyone
guilty.
knows it. It's just
everyone knows that Herd doped his players, and they'll all be cheats in our eyes.
It's basically, it's like how Milne went full Bombers 2003 and avoided conviction. We know he's a sex offender. He's just not on the register.
Oh, you can't say that, Fyfie.
Same as Bombers.
He pled guilty. He pled
Not convicted.
guilty.
Not convicted.
Yeah, he's not convicted, but he's a sex offender.
Bombers was never convicted, but I mean, we know. We just know. Same with Milne.
Also on the Essendon saga, how funny is it that Bomber Thompson appears to be on the outs and they've kind of put together the loser squad of coaches? Like, Herd's a failure as a coach anyway, but they've surrounded him with failure just to make him feel better. That's almost what it is. Like, Mark Harvey will be talking gibberish to him.
Yeah, and Bomber won't pay his fine.
No.
He said, up your ass.
It's already been paid by Essendon, hasn't it?
Well, they deny that.
No.
Wasn't it reported somewhere on the AFL website or the Herald Sun that the fine was paid?
It got denied, so who knows?
It's a bit of a fucking circus, isn't it? All
yes, as shitful as this outcome may end up being if all this evidence collapses, it'll be good when this shit's over.
Yeah, agreed.
When is it going to be over?
Probably before next season, by the sound of it.
I reckon it'll all fall over. I reckon that they can't get Charters in there, they can't get Dank in there to give testimony. They'll go with what they've got written down, and it'll fall over.
And we still always have the fact that Herd was suspended for bringing the game into disrepute. And
they lost picks as well, didn't they? They lost picks in one of the drafts.
They got fined.
Yep.
They legitimately got punished. They're not going to get off scot-free. And they're going to get stuck with Herd for 3 more years. So, there's some poetic justice.
Well, I think that the biggest punishment is that they now have Herd at the club, but with no Bomber Thompson to, guide him through and tell him what coaching is all about. So
you have Mark Harvey telling him that other clubs put bugs in the walls.
That's a joke, right? Is he being serious?
No, he said at a press conference that his game plan was stolen, basically by the Eagles after a derby.
And it had this tone of seriousness to it. It wasn't even levity. It was just
that's tinfoil hat-esque.
Yeah, and you'll have Neild fucking yelling at players. And
they've downgraded from Bomber Thompson to Nutty Neildy to be fucking Herd's advisor.
And then there's Mumbles Craig as well. So, and Dodoro's still there.
It's like the opposite of the dream team. Like what would you call it?
It's like that episode of The Simpsons when the nuclear regulation committee or whatever come to the power plant. Homer gets put in the basement.
Yeah, they're looking after the bee. Yeah.
That's like they got those guys. And that's the team they've assembled around Herd, just so Herd feels smart. Ultimate narcissistic big thing. But yeah, anything else on Essendon?
Nah, fuck 'em.
Just get this shit done. Seriously, it's been going on for too long.
We mentioned Stephen Milne before. He managed to avoid conviction. He pled guilty to the offence, so it's baffling how he escaped it. Like, this is why the Aaron Rileys of the world hate football and footballers.
Because AFL footballers are not accountable to the law.
Stephen Milne can get off on that despite pleading guilty, yet the Hawk rookie, who I think we mentioned before, can get, in all sorts of shit just for filming something because no one knows who he is. And
Well, I would have
Tasmania.
thought that if you're in Milne's position and you felt that you were innocent and they came at you with a deal, which basically says that they didn't feel that their case was strong enough. If you really thought that you're innocent, you'd go, well, fuck you. I'm gonna take it.
Exactly.
all the way
Say what you want
yes.
about Essendon.
and I'm going to get off.
Players, not heard. The players. They stood firm. They didn't take any fucking Asada deals.
No.
They weren't prepared to do that, even though they're probably guilty.
But the second that he got a deal on the table, he took it. So he took a plea bargain, and that smacks of I did more than what I want to have known that I've done out there.
Pretty much. Anything else on Milne or the Hawk rookie who filmed his friends very
Everyone deserves a second chance when you do that sort of.
Has he been delisted?
Sam Gilbert got a second chance. No, he's not.
He filmed his mate having consensual relations with a girl, did he?
Well, no one's established that it was with a girl because he is at Hawthorn.
Oh, okay.
This incident happened before he came to Hawthorn, so I don't think he would have been turned gay at this point.
Turned gay, yeah.
That's what happens the moment you get drafted. That happens.
Might have had that rainbow guy in
The initiation.
Yeah, the rainbow guy was involved. Yeah, that was it.
Anything else on those two things?
No, look, let's give that kid a second chance for Mill, and I hope his dick falls off. Or he slips and falls on his dick or something. I don't know.
The Milne thing leaves a bad taste in my mouth, really.
I for one, would like to have me's opinion on this matter just to get some neutrality
I
of
would
debate.
never like to hear his opinion on that ever again. We'll move on to the fixture which was released. It was praised. People liked it.
Oh, well, we got fucked.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask. Is it as good as people say, or is it just good for some clubs? Like,
Well, it's always good for some clubs because it's 22 rounds, 18 clubs.
I
Some
don't
are
doubt
going to
that,
win,
but
some are going to lose.
It always seems to be good for Sydney for some reason.
some clubs get absolutely fucked by it. Was it clubs got less fucked by it than usual, and some got less favoritism than usual, or was it the usual? Collingwood got a lot and Norf missed out. Was it that, or
One thing we know for certain is that Hawthorn got the toughest draw, and wherever they play, the wind will be blowing the opposite direction of whichever way they're kicking
For
the
3
entire
quarters.
game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep, that's true.
Well, it's a good thing they haven't got Trent Cotchin as their captain then.
It's always it's a competition between North and Hawthorn for whoever got the toughest draw.
Norf
It
had
always
the
is.
easiest draw ever last year.
North got a good commercial draw. Other than that, it's a fair draw considering where we finished this year.
Geelong managed to get an easier draw by being in the midsection of teams, so you might actually get another top 4 straight sets finish on the back of a softer draw.
Whoopee.
Case Hawk will be happy about that. That's another 12 months worth of material right there.
Yeah, well,
You just have to fucking restart the robot.
we're bottoming out for the next few years. Finishing around 6th, 7th, 8th, that's where we bottom out.
I thought you said Geelong were going to finish 12th this year.
Yeah, but
So they're going to go back up. That's not bottoming him out.
no. We're the new colas without the cola. We bottom out in the bottom half of the 8.
Of course.
You can fucking suck me on that.
But yeah, like, how's it for, say, West Coast? Because it is one of those arguments where the Melbourne clubs do get a different sort of favouritism with the draw. The interstate clubs kind of put wherever, especially in the 2 western states, due to the fact that people turn up anyway.
The worst thing that the WA clubs get is travelling to Brisbane or to Tasmania. Oh, sorry, Queensland, Tasmania, because they're just longer trips. Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, in reality, just shut the fuck up and win wherever you play, and you'll be right.
But from a time slot thing, you didn't get a whole bunch of tedious time slots or anything. Like, I know there's a Thursday night game in Perth, which I just think's weird. Like, Thursday nights is exactly when you don't play a game in Perth.
No, I entirely agree, especially with the time difference, because they'll chuck it on at 5:30 over here, and obviously Subi's not exactly the most accessible accessible place at the best times, like to try and get there from most people finishing work for a 5:30 start just isn't.
Yeah,
it's not feasible.
Like there are other clubs that will play on the Thursday night if they want. Like Saturday nights almost should be more of a Perth time slot. But
yeah, no, I entirely agree. I think, especially in Victoria, a Thursday night with that time change, you get so much better a crowd.
Yeah, and Adelaide did it, and even Sydney did it last year. Geelong with the smaller stadium.
They seem to give Perth the fucking 3:10 or 2:40 on a Sunday a lot, which almost out of sort of necessity because
that's what I was talking about.
It's better than giving a fucking 4:40 to a Melbourne club.
Yeah, but that's also then they have to travel, and it's probably on a 6-day break, and it's all that was kind of what I was referring to. Are there a lot of those type of games? Because the WA clubs don't like that. I think their preference is to play more games on the Saturday, less on the Sunday, but they're put on the Sunday out of necessity, which is...
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I haven't really looked at the fixture.
Yeah, I can't remember it. It was a while ago. I just remember that Hawthorn and Sydney got Essendon in the first couple of weeks, which if Essendon's players got suspended would be a nice soft start for both of the AFL's love childs, eh?
Yeah, we got the first. I think we got a Saturday night game against the Bulldogs, and I'm not sure who decided on that televising. Two blockbuster clubs on the first Saturday evening, which is interesting. We're not exactly top form clubs.
There must be another game on.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Say what you like about Ross Lyon. I'm not a fan of his game style or the way he goes about actually playing, coaching the game of football. But I love his sort of win anywhere attitude. Don't complain about the fixture. Like when they had to go to Geelong for that final, he's just like, we want to win anywhere and everywhere, regardless of what gets handed us. And they went and won that. So that's the attitude I think everyone should adopt.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you just go and suck Ross's cock then.
On that note, let's move on. One other thing that did get praised is that clubs want to have a bit more fan interaction, match day experience with the whole never tear us apart at Port Adelaide and all that. So kick to kick's coming back.
No.
Kick to kick's coming back. I like the kick to kick on the ground.
Fyfie, I'm a very simple man. I go to the football because I want to watch football.
I
don't
agree.
want to watch
I agree
this gimmicky
wholeheartedly.
bullshit pre-game, halftime crap.
Absolutely.
It doesn't do it for me.
The kick to kick I like though.
You guys don't enjoy
They should bring that back.
You come down to...
Don't enjoy the eagle at Subi.
I'd shoot it. And then I put it in a bun and eat it.
Come down to Cardinia Park, you can do kick. You've been able to do kick to kick since the dawn of time.
Then you have to go to Geelong, and you might lose your car.
Yeah, and then some bogan from Geelong will steal my footy or something.
Well, it's a risk you take,
One club in particular is taking the match day experience idea to a whole new level, and it's Collingwood.
More dancers?
No, not dancers. They've even taken it to a weirder place than that. They don't want to pay the luxury tax or whatever it's called. So they actually want to build their own stadium just to play games in.
Just a Collingwood stadium.
Yeah, which when you've got a membership of 70,000, you got to build it at roughly that. Like,
where are they going to build it?
Well, I don't know.
They're going to do up Victoria Park or something? Or?
A stadium that only they play in. Like, as we were talking about this in the conversation before, but I think it was Bender pointed it out. $1 billion stadium, they're paying it back at $3 million a year.
Yeah, especially for the construction years as well. Like, that would be 5 years construction at least.
Yeah,
and then what are they going to do? Then they're going to have one game a fortnight there, or
basically,
maybe 3 out of 4.
Where can you get a loan like that? I want to get one of those.
What, to build a new bandwagon? Norf have to win a premiership for it to pay off.
No, I'll just put $1 billion in a term deposit and pay a few million back every year. That'll work.
Maybe Joffa's going to write another book.
Maybe fucking Eddie's counting on inviting like Collingwood staff members onto Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for like the next 100 days, rigging it so they all win $1 million.
But that's Eddie's own money.
The fucking prize pot doesn't come out of his money.
Yes, it does. Just ask Suze.
That's another one.
That's legit. He thinks Eddie pays him with his own money.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Yes.
He can come out with some real bullshit ideas at times, Eddie. But this has
got to be the dumbest thing ever.
Tops the cake. It really does top it. Yeah.
You get a good fixture. Pay your fucking luxury tax, okay?
As a Hawthorn supporter, I can't help but feel a smug sense of superiority. Knowing that my club is actually paying for minnows like North Melbourne and the Bulldogs to actually stay in the competition. So I don't.
What about Geelong?
What do you
Geelong
mean
lost
that
money.
You can't help but feel a smug sense of superiority? You're fucking born with that gene in your head. as a Hawthorn supporter. You know,
I thought you get it.
You were
from
smug.
too much group.
When you were 3 months old, you shat your nappy and you just smiled at your mum and said, "Fucking clean that up, will you?"
All I'm going to say is it's good to be the best.
Okay. On that note, we'll move on to a couple of coaching appointments were made since we were last on. The Bulldogs appointed Beveridge and the Suns appointed Eade. Do we have anything on those, or?
I'll drink to that.
Oh, that's horrible.
They are literally the last senior coaches appointed before senior coaches have to get a certain accreditation to coach. So basically, that's the James Hird safeguard. That
Beveridge was never that good a player, and I don't know whether he's a proven coach at any level.
He's got a better looking nose, I'll give him that.
Well, yeah, he does than Brandon McCartwright. But Eade was always going to get another coaching job.
And Eade could do some pretty good things with that team, I think, because at the Dogs, his biggest problem was he didn't have a key forward, and the Dogs never had a key forward. He did pretty well at a modest Swans team too.
I'm going to go against the grain on this one. I reckon Eade is a bit washed up, and this has Malcolm Blight to St Kilda written all over it.
Yeah, but Blight had to be coaxed out. Eade was still working in football.
Yeah, but he was in a just non-fucking involved role.
He was in a very involved role.
He's head of coaching or something.
He was like director of football. That's like...
Not if you believe the Collingwood supporters. Like, not if you know the people like who are involved with that club, and they were actually going to kick Eade out probably anyway because he was just not doing much.
They say this about everyone that leaves the club. Yeah. They're like, oh, they didn't buy into the culture, and they got to go.
Yeah, no compo.
Hang on, they said that they wanted compo for Eade leaving, and then
they took Neil Baum.
Eddie McChins takes Neil Baum from Geelong, and no talk about compo there.
He left because he's seen enough concerning youth for one lifetime.
No, I think he didn't like travelling to Geelong every day because he lived in Melbourne.
Well,
the train ride's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
Seats.
Yeah.
Great.
I was actually hoping that that Geelong might actually snare Palmer Thompson as head of coaching.
Oh, you think he's going to go back to Geelong?
I'd like him to come back. But,
well, if what you guys are saying is true about the fine, he won't be allowed to do anything in the AFL.
He wouldn't be much good at Geelong, though, without his mates Weapon and Danksy around, though.
Oh, shut up, you
Sports science of Geelong.
You know, take the fucking bother boots off, you cunt. You're back-to-back premiers, Leave us alone, you prick.
A couple of other things, I guess, if we're ready to move on. Talking about Port's matchday experience has helped their bottom line. Record crowds and membership of close to 50,000, and they lost money.
How screwed up is that?
It's fucking royalties to NXS.
Port funding the Hutchins estate.
Looks like they got torn apart.
And they'll never tear a cheque apart.
Is there an irony in this, not lost on anyone, that Koshy has his own kind of financial advice show, and there's like...
He's not lost there. Koshy's led them to debt. He's replaced the bay covers with people and lost money doing it.
I noticed it was the fucking Bombers supporters that were really quick to jump on this fucking Port Adelaide
new rivalry that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's because they're just very cut about the fact that Ryder did not want to be at that shit stain of a club, and they're taking it out on Port Adelaide.
This is the biggest rivalry since Collingwood and Brisbane, and Port Brisbane as well.
The funniest thing about this is that it's actually a combined shit fight, because the Crows don't like it either. It's weird. The Essendon supporters are trolling the Port ones over the lack of money, and then you get Crows supporters coming and going, no, it's fucked.
Yeah, because it's the sandful.
Usually they'd be sticking the boots
clubs.
in. It's really bizarre that's a setup, like that you can have a stadium like that, you can put it together and no one makes money off it. And good thing West Coast have 40 million in the bank, because judging by the way WA put the stadium together, you would almost walk into a deal like this.
That stadium won't be ready till about 2025 anyway, given WA's usual construction time. So
at the earliest, when was the last time you drove past it? It's still a pile of fucking sand. Jesus, it's horrible. They've been talking about that stadium for about 15 years.
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 They have.
Anything else on Port or?
Bring back the covers, I guess.
Final talking point, and this one's also about stadiums. Labor have won, and they're going to upgrade the Ballarat Stadium, and Norf have been kicked out by the Dogs.
What? What's up there?
Yeah.
I hear it's because North's Ballarat supporter base, not all of them turned up to games.
Yeah.
Susan's fucking up there.
They can have it now that they've committed to the Ballarat region, even though she won't attend to their games or anything.
How would you feel if she did, that Bulldogs were rated better than...
Oh, I'd rage, yeah.
Do you reckon she'll invite Beveridge over to pee in the shower with her, or... to seal the new deal kind of thing?
No, well, that has to happen before they can be family. So,
Cousins,
yes.
family ritual. But yeah, anything else on Norf getting kicked out of the Rat?
Well, I mean, look, realistically, North were never going to be able to commit to both regions on a long-term sort of basis. So it makes sense that some other club takes the Ballarat baton and runs with it. And when they get the stadium up and going, I mean, who knows? Maybe North may still play a home game because it won't be their stadium.
It won't be exclusive, true. But Ballarat are obviously committed to the Dogs now. How does it feel, though? This is probably the worst part. How does it feel to know that Gogriff was right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
negotiating at both
remember
sides of politics
vaguely-
sometimes is a
I
good
remember
idea.
vaguely early in the year and last year that he was pumping up Ballarat a lot, and I'm thinking, why is he pumping up Ballarat? I mean, it's not like his club's got a claim in it. Did he know?
It's a fucking shithole.
No, but he knew that North shouldn't have negotiated only with Labor last time. They should have spoken to both sides and said, give us the Ballarat Stadium. Bulldogs did it, and they got it either way. But yeah.
Oh, I mean, look, if the only people who should be upset by this are obviously North, but I mean, from a supporter point of view, if it should only be those who are North supporters from Ballarat being sued, who should only be upset with this, because I couldn't really, it doesn't affect me.
No, for you, it may as well be a game in Tassie, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, for you, it's a case of if Suze is upset, then you should be happy about it.
That's not nice.
That's logical, really. That's logical.
It's Susan Freuder.
Yeah, that's all the talking points. This month on the Bay, thread of the month, I'd nominate Moffra's effort, but anything else? Like, the bottom 50 really delivered in the end with Bootsma and the Clanger Makers melts. Those were great. Those Hawthorn supporters really didn't want him to finish number one, or in the 50 at all.
Well, I mean, he deserved his spot in the 50. He definitely deserved his spot in the bottom 50. And I'd go so far as to say he probably deserved a spot in the top 10 based on that VFL Grand Final alone. But having him as number 2 behind Bootsma means he was the worst player who played a game this year. I don't think that's quite accurate. I'd have him more around the 9-10 mark.
Come on.
He wasn't the worst player to play a game this year.
I was disappointed Reece Stanley missed out. Highly disappointed, but...
Yeah, it's fucking Geelong. Maybe Moffra's got a Geelong supporting girlfriend or something who he doesn't want to piss off or something now that Stanley's fucked.
One of his many girlfriends.
One of his many.
What is she? She's watching over his shoulder as he types threads on Bay 13.
Well, apparently it's not that uncommon a practice because we got Wishette and we got Amstaff talking about it recently.
If you rubbish anyone at Geelong, you're not getting any pussy.
So he chose Josh Hunt.
You got to rub it out for the next 2 months.
Anyway, any other nominations for Thread of the Month?
I think it's been pretty slim on that front, really, hasn't it? In terms of really good ones.
Been relatively quiet.
They've all just been shit fights. Been shit fights between fucking flogs.
I like the free Duritz thread. That was good for a couple of days.
What about the Christmas tree?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, good point.
There you
Yeah,
go.
good point.
Thread of the Month.
Yeah.
Christmas tree.
All right,
Unfortunately, my Bombers Milne not convicted got redacted.
I don't mind the what was it? Caddy UK's back in my day thread wasn't too bad for the week.
That was
For the
good.
week it was
Yeah,
on.
that was good.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
the week that I was going, but no, I agree. I reckon stick with Dan's. Yeah.
Honourable mentions, yeah,
Christmas tree.
bottom 50 and Caddy UK thread. Flog of the Month. Is this pretty easy? Or is
Oh,
it
yeah.
not? Because we've had them all coming back.
Yeah, but
I think it's me, /Thenku1234.
more like Faku.
Fuck you.
And I don't even think that's based on his nomination performance. I think that's from his Milne performance.
Yeah.
And his fucking pointless shit fight with LW over just the complete
Yeah, that was weird.
nothing.
Yeah, that was really weird. I
was
had
gonna
to
mention
tell him to calm the fuck down. I was going to slam him.
Can I nominate Google for the
Why?
sensitivity? Because of the thread title and the Mitch Tits thread.
Yeah, okay, you can nominate Google.
Google, if you're listening, you can go eat a bag of dicks. We're oversensitive little pricks.
Yeah, so when all the fucking senior Google execs are listening to this vlogcast in Silicon Valley tomorrow, yeah, take a good hard long look at yourself, Google.
In the mirror.
Do you know what they're going to
In
say?
the
They're going to
mirror.
be like, was that Ant or was that Dan that said that? That's what they're going to be saying to each other.
So we got to get our Australian agent activated over there and blow his fucking head off.
And on the poll from our last actual episode, which was worst move of the trade/free agency period, no one said Eddie sending the premature email. 7.5% said Cooney giving in to his thirst and drinking the Kool-Aid. 5% said Norf recruiting Waite and Higgins. 15% said said the dog's firing McCartney because of his nose. And 12.5% said Jack Watts thinks the Pelican will land at Carlton and trump all the other options. But what 60% said pick 21 for Stanley.
Get fucked.
That sums it up, doesn't it? Pick 21 for Stanley. In a poll with 6 options, takes 60% of the vote.
And that pick ended up being Goddard, who was rated very highly.
Yeah, you could have had Goddard instead.
Ouch.
Have we not
Ouch.
covered that? Yeah.
Ouch.
He's a Geelong boy, isn't he? Is he Geelong? Was he at Falcons or?
Yeah, was he at the Falcons?
I think he was.
I don't know. Anyway, you can get fucked. I'm not talking to you.
You could have had it. You could have had a quality young key position player instead of a fast potato.
Nothing concerning about Goddard. He's going to be a very good player.
He's a star already in my eyes.
And yeah, since this is the last episode we'll have for the year, so yeah, it's been a busy year and it's been a fun year, and we've talked about a lot of amusing things and some shitful things, and I guess now we're just going to go through a couple of highlights and look back at what were, I guess, the best and worst moments of the season. So we'll start with Penal because he's the obvious starting point.
Well, as far as highlights go, you just can't go past your side winning the premiership 2 in a row now, especially to do it over the Colts. That was sweet. And just a masterful performance on grand final day. So grand final was my highlight.
Fair enough.
Lowlight, anything that was particularly shit?
Fucking Carlton, their season was just awful. They were expected to build on like Malthouse's first year, and they couldn't even make the finals. So they're my biggest loser out of this season.
Bender, what do you got?
My highlight was Pritis winning the Brownlow, and my low light was Pritis winning the Brownlow. And just while we're on it, the Eagles board have now closed the 10,000 reply thread on Pritis to start a new one, which has already picked up a decent amount of steam. Just for everyone's info there.
I still can't believe he's now a Brownlow medalist. Like, whenever he's mentioned on TV, that it'll be Brownlow medalist. Yeah.
And so he's finally getting the recognition he deserves.
Look, I'll grant you he had a good year, but come on, he wasn't Brownlow medal worthy.
Look, I mean, I wasn't on the episode where you guys spoke about it, I don't think, but if you take Fyfe and Ablett out of the equation, it was a pretty slim pickings on anyone else who stood out.
Whoever won the Brownlow this year would have had an asterisk next to it, especially if it had been that fucking cheat Selwood.
Shut up, you shithead. You've had your fucking go. Shut your mouth.
All right, Dan, you can go next.
I've got a couple of highlights. Beating Essendon in the finals was fantastic. And just generally throughout the year, the sooking and crying from the Carlton board over the lurking likers just makes me chortle. And the low light of the year would be not having a single sight of KFC Boy all year. It's just it's bloody deflating, that. Where is he?
We've made him so famous that he's actually become a private person, which is disappointing.
No, I think he's done what most young people do when they pick up the travel bug, and he's touring the KFCs of the United States and trying the double downs and the fucking high towers, whatever the fuck they call them over there, I reckon.
He's become Mitch Clark's diet coach. Teach.
Well, I guess the low light was running out of steam in the finals and going out in straight sets. And the highlight was probably Osk's villains thread, putting the boots into James Hird. And the way that the whole year, the Bayers kept up the fight, and it's just kept putting the boots into Essendon every turn. And I expect us to do the same next year. So don't let us down, Bayers. We've got to keep up the good fight.
I agree on, if I'm giving a best and worst from a Richmond's perspective, the 9 wins in a row was awesome fun to go through, especially that last 4 weeks. But obviously the low light was the last week of that, which was just horrible. It was just, as Jurett said, he's taken longer shits. And, you just got to sit there and watch the whole game and go, oh, fuck, what's happened? But from a general perspective, I'd say the low light has been the continuing Essendon thing. It's kind of not been funny for the most part.
It's had its moments, but it's been tiresome.
Yeah, I've been sick of it. The only thing, which is probably the highlight, has been laughing at Essendon supporters. And that shit Ryan said, hashtag, and that Essendon dance things thread has been probably one of the highlights of this year, just reading some of, that Bombers for life. They can't stop them playing. How can they stop them playing?
The anti-terror squad has been out in force.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've really found that funny about Essendon this year, is just hearing the supporters go on and on. But otherwise, that was the worst thing of the year, and it just enveloped another year. And I'm just glad that the 2 years that Essendon have detracted from over this entire saga were Hawthorn premierships.
Hey, now, the fact that Essendon are disgusting cheats doesn't make our premierships less notable or...
Nah, they're tainted. These years will be written off in AFL history as kind of like, oh, they're those years. We don't really want, these years were about Essendon. Let's not talk about them,
Just going back to the Essendon board, I think visiting the Essendon board has been great fun. And, like, you go there for the same reason you visit a zoo. It's like you just sort of stand there and wonder and go like, ooh, that monkey's throwing its own feces. Because that's basically what the Essendon board is. Like, because they're at the infighting stage now where it's just full-on Team Herd versus Team Bomber. And some of the Essendon posters who were BFFs 12 months ago fucking hate each other now.
But yeah, we've had some rather amusing times on here this year. It's been great fun. Plenty of new memes and new jokes and all that. And we've got the top 5 best moments of the Flogcast season. So number 5, the episode Short joined us, was interesting enough, and he gave us a real insight into being a Collingwood supporter. So that's number 5.
I can appreciate that Adam Goods, after that week he'd had, for it to be reignited so stupidly, would have felt hurt. But you'd think a few words over a beer would have sorted that out. Clearly it hasn't. They both should just move on away from each other. And again, the fact that anyone would look to the Collingwood president for friendship offends me as a Collingwood supporter. We should be disenfranchising everybody in the league, not embracing them as friends.
Stop being such a fucking elitist prick.
So you want to be known as the scum, don't you?
Absolutely. We don't want to be with you guys. We want to be against you. That's the fun. Growing up a Collingwood supporter, it's fun because someone will throw half a brick at you when you leave Moorabbin. That's the atmosphere that we're used to as Collingwood supporters.
That's fun, having a brick thrown at you?
Yeah, I used to live around the corner from Moorabbin, and I had half a brick thrown at me for wearing a Collingwood jumper. I must have been about 14. That's the life of
Get lost.
Throws a brick.
Bring it on.
Yeah, when I woke up this morning, I just said, gee, you know what I really want to do today? Have a brick thrown at me.
So number 4, after Teach had a week off, he came back full of piss and vinegar and gave it to a few.
But you fuckers, you need to get your report cards handed out to you because you were very, very bad children last week.
Well, not me. I wasn't on last week.
No, not Dan.
You get an F for not showing up.
No, Ant, I'm going to give you B- because you were okay, but you just managed to keep up to the normal standard, even though you were a cheeky bastard. I have to give Fyfie a B because he was just regular and he didn't do anything normal. Hadouken, who is not with us, he gets a D- because the stupid fucker, he wants to give this constant commentary about Geelong when he doesn't even watch their games. So D- for Hadouken. I'll give Paddles a D. Because
Pads showed us some goo.
That was
he
on
had
his
a bit of passion.
Yeah,
first show back.
One back in ages.
I thought he was worth an A+.
Yeah.
you didn't even know he was there. He was like
That's actually
half an
fair.
hour in, you thought, is he still on?
You did that because he didn't sing, didn't you?
No, he didn't do a thing. So B for Paddles, lack of effort. I'll give Bender a C. He kind of turned up. He contributed a bit, but he didn't go up or down. So,
He was on for even less than Paddles, and you've given him a C.
Bender gets a C. And
How do you rate Matrox's performances last week, Teach?
well, Matrox
He was there the whole time. He was gonna say something. We just wait for Teach to tell him. What do you think, Matrox?
And our main protagonist, Penal.
You've already voted for Penal.
E-.
E-? Is that possible?
E-.
It's like the lowest grade you can get without failing.
Can you get an F+?
Yes. Just fucking hopeless.
Oh.
Mouthing off against Geelong as he usually does, and he deserves to get just smacked in the face. And that means detention in almost 2003 detention class with a couple of canes across the arse. And no one's going to be there
To save you.
watching over him.
Nah, get fucked, Teach. You're just trying to be an attention whore, trying to appeal to the bogan South Australian crowd, which is your main demographic.
Yeah, give a shout out to your South Australian fans, Teach.
I didn't know I had South Australian
Yeah, what's
fans.
this South Australian sort of thing?
Well, Geelong's on the way there, isn't it?
Didn't know they were there until he was not there. They come out of the woodwork. Where's the Teach?
It's just not the same without him, eh? Fuck, huh?
Yeah, but
I get my Winnie Blues out and my Vive Sorry, West End.
Well,
Fuck the VV.
no one's going to turn up to the Flogcast when the teacher isn't there. Let's face it, you know.
Good.
You all just turn up and you crap on and you're just no good without me.
We crap on you. This is the longest intro we've had all year.
Number 3, Dan.
Well, at the beginning of the year, we all had our predictions for the year, and Teach just out of nowhere
Gave us something we could run with for the whole year.
and we all just laughed and made fun of him throughout the whole year.
Teach. Who wins the flag?
Okay, so for the riser, North Melbourne to play off with Fremantle in the grand final.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, and I think North to win the grand final.
Oh, Teach, come on.
Yeah, like,
Go post on the North board with that, Teach. Go on.
Come on, Teach. That's
yeah.
You get banned for trolling for it.
Number 2, Teach.
All right, so we had a very, very interesting incident when Buddy Franklin lost control of his girlfriend's car and smashed up a whole bunch of other cars in Sydney.
Bro,
He's
it's
treating his
Thankfully
cars
he's
like
not
dodging
up.
cars at the fair.
Yeah, what's he doing? He's just said, I didn't text or wasn't drinking. And, well, I mean,
Injunction.
injunction. It must be injunction because any of you that have got a license and you're driving your car and you're not using your phone or anything like that, you're not
Pretty
gonna
hard to crash into 4 cars.
You're not going to
Fuck
crash into
no.
4 cars. You're not.
And they're all
So
parked.
there's something going on there. And because his girlfriend is the ambassador for Jeep, Buddy can go there go, oh, I crashed your Jeep. What happened? I crashed the Jeep. Are you sure? Yeah, I crashed your Jeep.
That would be a good ad.
You've just been signed to Sydney. Now is the time to unleash your life force.
And number 1, Penal.
And sometimes there's those moments where you say something comes out of your mouth and you just want to take it back, but you can't.
I thought it'd be things going back into your mouth.
One other thing from the Bay this week, it was mentioned before about Adam Goods, whether it's racist not to like him or not, or un-Australian, and that thread, along with some other comments, led to the downfall of a Bay 13 favourite.
What
Oh,
happened?
Bosk.
You use the term favourite quite loosely there.
Yeah, well, he does have quite a following. There was a Bring Back Boss campaign, first time a campaign's been started to bring back a campaigner, but there was a lot of goo spilt and tears mixed with goo after that.
I wonder what that would taste like.
Goo and tears.
You wonder
Like,
what that would
mixed-
taste like. You actually want to know.
Yeah.
You're
Oh.
that penal. You're that
No.
curious.
That was a weird Freudian slip.
No, I'd like someone to tell me what it tastes like.
No, you want to know what it tastes like.
Yes.
You
there you
are
go, Mr.
sick.
48%.
So yeah, this was the Vlogcast for 2014. So yeah.
How many
June.
outtakes are going to come back?
Oh yes, okay, yeah, we're gonna have 2 more.
Oh, no.
Be on the lookout for number 2. It will not disappoint.
Yeah, number 2 is gonna be something.
Oh, no.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, there's 2 more outtakes to come, and then yeah, we'll be back for 2015 after a few months hiatus.
We're in the warehouse over summer, and it's a secret project, but there was a brand new North bandwagon coming.
Is it going to be a train? No bandwagon. It's going to be the Norf train. Toot toot.
It's supercharged, it's got nitro burners, and it's got massive rhubars out the front to run over everyone.
This one would have to be really indestructible because the last one copped a real pounding.
Well, I mean, it crashed a lot, but geez, it went far.
It held together nicely. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that car out of
GTA.
Men in Black, where it's got the shit smashed out of it, but just kept going.
I thought it was the one that goes off the cliff in that ad.
Maybe like the Blues Brothers, it just kept on going, and then in the end, all the fucking doors fell off, and it just.
It was the Thelma and Louise car, man. It got fucking driven off a cliff to put out of its misery.
But yeah, it's been a fun year. Thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks to everyone who appeared. There's a long list. There's those of us who are here. There's Paddles. There's You Don't Know Jack, Short, Matrox, Ant, Les Norton, Network Nerd, Mardo, yes, of course.
We tried to get jurors, but we
tried to get jurors, but
You probably would have been drunk anyway, let's be honest.
Well,
that's
hard
probably the
to
main
find
reason.
sometimes.
We've got nothing against gingers or anything.
No.
We tried to
again.
Pants Kyle, DB Swanee.
We tried to get Chief on, but he just doesn't understand the culture of the Bay.
It's true. Hadouken. We got Hadouken. Came on and
Don't forget Hadouken, yeah.
took us to the dark
Don't
side.
forget Matrox and
we said Matrox.
Did we? Oh, okay, sorry.
Teach made sure of it.
Teacher's always looking out for Matrox.
Oh, Special Ed joined us as well. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's everyone, and thanks to Chief and Jim Boy who make sure that we actually have a platform to upload these to get them to everyone easy, and thanks to Dan for doing the photoshops for every single video episode, and Penal for the video intro, and also to Ugak and Royals for their work in the conversation window. Hopefully at some point we'll get them on. Thanks to everyone who listened and offered feedback, including EIMM, and his was always appreciated. And yeah.
We need to say hodgepodge before we finish.
Nah, fuck hodgepodge. So yeah, this was it for the year. Fyfie joined by Dan.
See you, everyone. Have a good Christmas.
Bender.
Cheers, guys.
Penal.
See ya.
And Teach.
Adios, amigos. Merry Christmas.
The fuck was that?
That was interesting.
Mexicans celebrate Christmas, don't they?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask Stephen Dank. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next year.
I went with the Bruce McAvaney option.
Bruce is my inspiration and my hero, so I bet he knows what goo and tears taste like.
Jesus Christ.